That's ridiculous.
Hey, shout out to the Rams. They won.
Oh my God. I was
For
so hyped
LA.
watching that last night.
Oh
I was
my
at
God.
actually, I can't say where I was. I was in Lenox.
It's
They're like,
the
wait,
hood.
you're in? Yes, I was in Lenox. I'm in
strip
the hood
club
every
called
day.
Jet Strip.
Have you been to the Jet Strip? Don't lie.
No, I haven't, but I know. I know. Where it's
I know
at.
where it is. Yeah, it's on
Yeah.
Imperial and
But what
Inglewood.
is that?
No,
It's a
no.
strip club.
No, you're thinking of Bear
Ah.
Elegance. That's Jet
Oh,
Strip.
Bear Elegance.
Jet Strip is right next to the library, a Lennox library, literally. It's a library and a freaking strip club right next to it.
Do you know what? That's good though, because I think there's an
Strippers
assumption
wanna be
that they're not
studious.
educated, but
They are.
I think a lot of them, they go to the library before
During
they start
their
their shift.
lunchtime or their before, and they go read a couple books.
They're college
then-
students and they want to study before they clock in.
But
for
in all
work.
seriousness, there is this a population of strippers who are paying for college
Yeah.
by stripping, and I think that's a very noble thing to do, quite frankly.
Have you ever gone in Tijuana? Apparently, there's a lot of girls from San Diego that go to Tijuana.
Hong Kong.
To strip?
Yeah, strip to get money so they can, because they're going to school in San Diego.
The famous strip club, Hong Kong. And they have really good Chinese food.
I heard that.
But they have really good Chinese
Their
food. That's always the
nudes. I
joke.
heard their nudes are really good.
Yeah.
The noodles?
Yes,
They're
nudes.
nudes.
Oh.
I like to call them nudes.
I mean, that's not that many syllables. I would just call them noodles to avoid
Nudes.
confusion,
Nudes.
unless you're trying to create confusion.
No,
Nudes.
just nudes. I call them nudes. I always have my nudes in rice.
Welcome to episode 11 of Poquito de Todo. Today, we are talking about the strip club. There was once a time, I can't name names,
We're talking about strip
but
clubs.
I was at a party. Yeah, we are now. And the people went to the strip club without me. I was 19 at the time.
So
I
you
can't
could-
name names.
You
but
could have gone.
Really?
I wasn't at 21 and over. Yeah, because
Why
there's a lot
They
of
do let
'Cause
you
they-
in.
They would let me in?
Yeah, I was 18 and I was already going on. my
Yeah,
first
most strip clubs are 18 and over.
Mhm.
Unless they
Oh.
sell alcohol, then it'll be 21 and
Then
over.
they give you like a
Okay.
little strap around a little bracelet that says
Mm.
21 year older to get alcohol.
Interesting.
But you can touch women.
You can't? Well, duh. I mean, that's you're not supposed to.
But you can tip them.
Well, that's
Even
the
after you're
culture. Like you're
18?
supposed to tip them. You're not supposed to go with no money. That's disrespectful to the strippers, to the profession. That would be like if
Not
you
if
don't
you're-
tip at a restaurant.
Not if
Nah.
you're there for the wings.
No, but you're there for the show as well.
Yeah, but you're just there.
It depends on what
Some
strip
people
club
used to
you
go to lunch to like the strip club, go have some nice wings. And if they would come over here and be like, "Hey, let me get your lap dance," no, I'm here to eat.
I'm just here to watch you.
Well, I mean if I don't know, I just think if you go to the strip club, that's etiquette. Strip club etiquette 101. You have to have like at least $20 in singles at minimum.
Can you imagine throwing quarters at them? Bolo!
That's rude.
Oh,
That's because you might hurt them.
Bolo!
Oh my
That's
God.
messed up. That's messed up. I wonder if people teach that on TikTok, how to throw coins properly.
I'm pretty sure you
Sure,
can
TikTok
find
has
that
everything.
and stripper etiquette 101 and
We
anything
should
in
make
between.
before it gets taken down, and I think that ban will be effective the 19th of January if they don't sell their U.S. operation to an American company. We should educate people on strip club etiquette. I think this show is going on. You're probably going to see the show even if you have the wings. So bring some money and tip, because that's the culture.
So is it like a theater thing where you're like there to watch and you're just like eating and watching and you can't talk because then they're like, shh, they're performing. And you're eating and just watching them do their craziness in the pole.
No, you can talk because the music's kind of loud, so they're not really gonna hear you. You'll be like, "Hey, look at her," yeah.
Like, damn, her ass is fake.
What if her, she? What is it? What do you mean her, she?
No,
For
I'm
what?
saying like, when I've gone to the strip club with my friends, that's really what we talk about. Like, oh my God, look at her.
I know him.
Oh,
She good. No, it's
You
female.
discriminate?
I went to a girls.
She
I
goes-
got to a guy's strip club too in
Oh.
Tijuana.
Oh,
But they're gay.
what is that? What is that? So
How do you know they're
Sorry,
gay?
are you upset that they're not interested
Because
in you?
they were.
Why are
they
you
were
complaining?
like going at my gay friends and like.
You wanted them to go at you.
And I was
It's
like-
okay. Like we can be vulnerable.
Doesn't mean they're gay. It could just mean like, oh
yeah.
yeah, they tip better.
Sure. I was young. I was really young when
And
I
mad,
went.
apparently.
Oh, butthurt.
But okay, so TikTok, yeah, it's gonna get banned apparently. Did you guys see? I think it was yesterday. Mr. Beast on X. He tweeted. I guess because we're still saying tweeting, even though
Yes.
he
No.
X'd. He
No,
X'd.
nobody says X.
Yes, I
oh
do.
my gosh, we've been over this.
X'd on X.
That's
he said,
tape.
he actually put, should I buy TikTok?
He can't afford it.
You sure?
How much is TikTok worth?
I don't know.
I don't know.
These
It
nice-
has to be in the billions.
It has because it blew up tremendously.
Well, he could probably get people to help him buy it. I mean,
If,
sure
if he
he's-
gets a group of investors, I don't think he can buy it on
petition?
its own.
Like a GoFundMe, like, hey,
No.
this
No,
donate
no,
so we
no,
can
no,
buy
no.
TikTok so we can keep it in the
Let
US.
rich people do that on their own. No, don't. If you're like working a 9 to 5 at the McDonald's, don't
wouldn't
waste your money to
donate.
save TikTok.
Hey,
But
but
if
you'd
you-
be
let
surprised
someone else
people
do
would
it.
do it.
If he
I
buys
agree
it,
with you.
he's huge on YouTube. Wouldn't YouTube get mad if he buys? Let's say if he would just buy TikTok.
But here's the thing, like there's so
Mm.
much traffic I think that gets driven to YouTube from other platforms like TikTok, like Instagram, like Twitter. So I think it's beneficial to YouTube. I don't know.
now YouTube would be
Actually,
happy if TikTok would be gone because
Yeah.
then they can.
Their
take
YouTube
over.
shorts can.
Their YouTube
okay.
shorts.
Yeah, you might be onto something.
I think
to be fair.
it's most because the people attention span is like can only hold like a minute or less. I think it's now less. So that's why TikTok was like super big at a point because it was like, oh, 30 seconds of how to do this. Awesome. I know I use it for recipes to cook. 30 seconds on how to show me how to make like a quick, easy recipe. See, I skipped those parts too. And I'm like skimming and then I'm like, okay, the recipe, got it. Screenshot. Okay, what else? Okay. And that's it. Like literally just like 25 seconds, 30 seconds of the video. And
Do you get the recipes where it's obvious the girls are trying to they're showing certain things to kind of get more views?
You want to name names? I bet you want to name names.
I don't know their names. It's just sometimes it pops up. And I'm
Oh,
like, okay.
you're full of it.
No, I really don't.
I
I
actually
don't-
never paid attention.
Yeah, like you can tell like the camera's on over here and it's like not even like you just kind of they zoom in on that and then they go back to the actual recipe. But in the beginning they kind of pop that out there, kind of be like, "Oh, what's she cooking?
Never paid attention to that.
Good for you. Good for you. Me neither."
I can tell.
There was a lady by the name of Cooking with Kaya who went viral for doing precisely that,
I see.
making what you might characterize as like apartment meals. So it's
Educational
like,
purposes, like the lady with the breastfeeding.
and she was also, being cute and very much looking for the attention of men,
Okay, I did hear that one because I've seen videos where people
and,
men.
and unapologetically too. Like she would in the video, she'd be like, "Oh, I don't. You're. What would she say? Like you better cook like this for your man or stuff like that." Cooking
Yeah,
with
I've seen
Kaya.
videos where guys are like cooking and the girlfriend will be like, "Where'd you learn this?" And that's how I've learned that name where the guy's like, "Oh, Cooking with Kaya." And like, why do you watch that video? That's I was like, okay.
On another note, though, you know how many people are actually depending on TikTok? Like they make money off of TikTok, and that's all they do is make TikTok content.
I don't think there's that many people, but I believe you that there are indeed content creators whose main source of traction and income is from said platform.
So, do you guys think that something will get resolved before the 19th?
No.
No.
You think it's gonna just be banned then?
Supposedly there was things. I don't quote me on this, but I did hear a
Too late.
video where they were like saying that Donald Trump was trying to put like a stop on that, even though initially he was the one who wanted to ban TikTok at first, and now he's saying like he wants to reverse that.
So he wants them to hold off on the decision because he starts on the 20th, so he can see what kind of decision they can still make. I
Yeah.
don't know if he wants to stop it, but he might want to see a way to kind of keep it, but maybe.
But I
in
think
the
if the
US.
ban, because right now the Supreme Court is expected to uphold the ban because Joe Biden signed that into law, current president, and now they're just waiting on the Supreme Court, who everyone expects to uphold the ban. And when it does take effect, if it does on the 19th of January, which we all expect it to, you will no longer be able to download it from the App Store.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It won't be deleted from your phone. Your account won't be deleted.
Nope.
My
Another thing
stomach.
that I've read, bless you, your
I was
stomach
like,
doesn't
my
want TikTok to
stomach
be
does not
banned.
want TikTok.
My stomach fart.
At some point, the one article that I read said that the app will become unusable because there will no longer be support services
Updates.
available.
Yeah,
like
'cause-
updates.
Yeah,
I guess
all the
updates as
updates.
well.
Yeah, because most of the updates you always get on your apps are software updates towards security. So if you don't have any updates towards security, then you're at risk too. So you kind of don't want to have that. But I'm wondering, I feel like somehow, some way, because you know how sometimes you can download certain apps and stuff through like websites.
Yeah.
Like, they might have like a way to get
The jailbroken version of
Download
TikTok.
like VPNs and then on your phone, and then that way you can download not download your app, but like update it
that
or
way.
like find a way to like
They might try to figure some stuff out.
get the app somewhere. There's gonna be a video on TikTok, because if you still have your TikTok downloaded,
Like
they're gonna find a video that says here is how to update your TikTok.
Yeah. Good. And then, and not just that, because that company ByteDance, which is a Chinese company, also owns CapCut. What does that mean for CapCut?
And Lemon 8, because Lemon 8 is a spin-off version of TikTok.
Okay.
And will another American company try to come in and make like a new TikTok?
Or Instagram Reels might get more popular.
Or YouTube Shorts.
Or YouTube Shorts.
We might get more likes on those.
At least in this country, because it's a thing everywhere else, and the world is a very, very big place. I think Americans sometimes forget that the world doesn't revolve around L.A., New York, Houston.
Big cities.
Sorry, I'm just making fun of Texas to be silly. I haven't been to Texas in a while. I have no beef with Texas. I've actually met some people from Texas in recent months, some musicians, so they're cool.
Well,
it's fucking up the kids' brains too. That's my concern. Whether or not the app stays, more than our experience, because we're all adults.
There's kids who are like not even 5 years old and they're watching TikTok, not knowing like what they're gonna be watching. But I know my little sister, when she was little, my dad would give her his phone and she downloaded TikTok, made an account, because I remember that account used to say his name. And I'm like, my dad doesn't have TikTok. I know that for a fact he doesn't have that. But my little sister did, and she would make TikToks. And she would just put them on there. That she had like a lot of followers.
That's what scares me.
How many followers does she have?
She had like, I think she had like 1,000 followers.
She got more followers than us.
Yeah, and she was so little.
Can she take control?
No, she needs to have that deleted. How old was that little girl?
In charge of our TikTok.
I think she was 7.
Inappropriate.
Yeah, she was 7.
17 años.
17 años.
Oh my god. No, but that scares me. Like I can't name names, but I once had a student back when I worked as a tutor that would make TikToks. It was probably the age of your little sister. And I remember being snoopy and seeing that like she had a few hundred followers, and I remember thinking, "Oh, this is unholy. This is not okay. This little girl should not have this app."
No.
And she should not be posting on it, and whoever follows her needs to probably go to jail. Porque te apuesto lo que quieras, it's not other 7-year-olds.
So the link I sent you guys, it was from the Today Show on NBC, talking about screen time with children and the studies they're doing and how it affects the children with like the ones that use a lot of screen time. It actually either reading, their decision making, it affects them, the kids with the most screen time. They actually recommending that kids under 3 don't have any screen time, pretty much. Kind of like how people are not supposed to drink till they're 21. Kind of do it that way with children, because it makes sense. It's like when you give a child like these little bricks and stuff to put it together. It's like they're actually doing it in front of themselves instead of just watching it like on a screen. They're not going to get the same experience. Even work-wise, when I've done work, I like to do the actual work, not just watch a video. I don't learn it that way. Like, it's a lot easier when you're actually interacting. You're interacting with people too. So the parents are the first teachers that kids are going to have. So being able to talk to them, seeing the facial expressions too, and it's different on a video.
That is true. But I think nowadays it's easier to just give the kid like an iPad or something. Because I know when I was babysitting my niece, when I was visiting my dad, I kind of was like, here's my phone. And I was guilty about it because she's only 2. But, that's how it starts, because you're like, don't want to deal with it. I'm assuming that you don't want to deal with like...
It's easier. It's easier just to be like, hey, here's the screen and I'm going to go do something else. And I mean, it's harder to be there the whole time playing with the kids, but I feel it's very important to play with the kids. They're even calling it like it's like smoking. They said in the interviews, they were talking about like it's like secondhand smoke when the parent has a phone and giving it. So it's like that's how the kids are getting it. But I mean, it's just crazy to me. I just think about it and I'm like, yeah, I don't know. It's kind of cool. I actually have the American Academy of Pediatrics is suggested screen time used by age. So 18 months and younger, avoid screens, pretty much. From 18 to 24, a little bit, but it has to be kind of like Sesame Street, things like that, educational type stuff. From 2 to 5 years, it's 1 hour per day of high quality program parenting. So you're still showing high quality, not just a bunch of videos. Especially nowadays, if you've seen the kids, a lot of times they're just clicking
scroll on their own.
they're just scrolling, and it's like, and like you said, attention span. A lot of times they just see a little bit and they just go to the next one. And they're so good already at knowing how to switch things. So it's kind of crazy. 6 to 12, consistent limits on time spending using media and the types of media, and make sure media does not take place of adequate sleep, physical activity, and other behaviors. From 12 years and older, you designate media free times together, such like when you're having dinner or you're trying to talk to as a family. So you kind of get rid of that and it doesn't mess with their sleeping too. So I thought it was pretty interesting. I thought it's, especially just because you see it everywhere now. Like I, for me, like when I've talked to my wife, I told her like, look, I kind of don't want to have screens, but like, Domino's, how may I help you?
Ooh, scary.
Wireless collar. Damn. I forgot that this aspect of this part of the park.
Of this park, of this studio. So imagine how hard it is for us, like how it affects us as well. Can you imagine like how it affects a kid? Like it's 10 times worse. Starting from like the whole social media aspect. Like if they start being on social media at a young age, as an adult, we're already thinking like, oh, this person has better this, or this person has better that. And then they're developing that at a young age.
Sort of issues with self-esteem?
Yeah, with self-esteem and depression.
I agree. So yeah, like I talked to my wife about screen time. Like, well, hopefully we have kids, hopefully soon. I told her the same thing. Like, just I get it sometimes. Like when you're on an airplane, you want to maybe, because it's sometimes 3 or more longer flights, kind of distract the kid there because they can't go anywhere. Kids always want to move around, do something. So that I get it there, maybe like an airplane. And they also talked about on today with the video also talked about like, even if you have been showing screens to your children, it's not too late to kind of go back on it. It still will help out, So, I mean, it was interesting to see this because it is new compared to the way it was before. So there's screens everywhere. It's like pretty much tablets, cell phones are every day.
And they're accessible. Like they're easy to just have them there.
Even as adults, it's addicting.
Yeah.
I did it one time. I had a class where I had to give up something for a day, and I gave up Instagram for a day, and I caught myself always grabbing my phone, like all the time, and then wanting to open Instagram, and I'm like, "What are you doing? No, stop!" And it was like weird, and I actually got to see like how addicting our cell phones are as an adult. So yeah,
I read a book called "How to Break Up with Your Phone," and she goes into detail of how to like kind of stay away from your phone. And at that time, I had a spare phone because I pay off my phones and then I just have them there. And she said to only download because we don't have house phones anymore, and some places don't. But I didn't have a house phone anymore. So what I did, I would like have my phone on, the spare one on for just phone calls in case for emergencies, and my other phone I would turn it off. And I think I only did that for like a day, and I was like desperate trying to find what to do. Because everything's on my phone. Now it's a little harder because literally everything's on my phone. Work too.
Yeah. I catch myself sometimes when we're watching like a movie at home, and I'll be like, and my wife's like, "You're not even watching." I'm like, "Yeah, I am. I'm watching the movie. What happened?"
Sometimes I'll even catch my mother doing the double screen thing where she'll be sitting here in the studio and the television is on, and I'm like, "¿No estás viendo la tele?"
She's
looking down at the phone, but the TV's on, and so I tell her like, or one or the other, o uno o lo otro, pero apaga algo porque no hace falta.
I sometimes work. I'm working and I have the TV on, and I'm laughing like certain jokes.
I'm super guilty of that, of having something on in the background to sort of, to me, it calms the anxiety that I have about whatever it is that I'm doing. Having some video playing in the background. But at the end of the day, I know it only serves to distract me. I would get more done, even if I have to get it done in pieces, if I have everything turned off and instead I do 10 minutes of work and then I take a break, or 15 minutes and then I take a break.
If people are watching this, I mean, I'm not criticizing. It is, everybody's going to parent the way they want to parent, and that's fine, you know? But this is just...
Well, there are some things that are not okay, though.
Oh, yeah. I'm not talking... But, I mean, like, there's way worse things than having a kid with a screen. You know what I mean? So, and I get it. Sometimes it's difficult. Sometimes you need to put a screen with your child. But we're just wanted to talk about...
But you have to start... You can't start them off on the wrong foot by giving them the screens early on. Because then the issue of trying to get them to engage with other topics just becomes more difficult. Yeah. So if you start off with them not having X amount of exposure, you're setting them up to not have more problems.
That's a new punishment now. Have you seen the new punishment? Like before, me growing up, it was a belt or a chancla or something. Mm-hmm. Now it's like, take away your tablet.
Take your phone.
You know,
I'm going to take your phone away for like a day, and they're
on the ground screaming like you're killing them or something. It's like horrible, like the way they're screaming. I'm like, it's just a tablet, relax.
But it's not to them. To them, it's like the
breathing,
one way
the oxygen
they feel entertained and they are at a loss. Some of them. I don't think this is a reflection of most children, which I think is worth noting. But it is a reflection of some of them.
I've been like at stores and stuff and seen that where they take away something and the kid just snaps. And I'm like, okay. I'm like, I used to get beat up by stuff. Didn't scream that much. Gonna score.
Te dan ganas de decirle, no, like, hey, shh.
You got it easy.
When I was your age, me daban así, güey. Shh.
Oh my God, this just reminds me when my older aunts and uncles used to be like, cuando yo tenía tu edad, yo no hacía eso. I'm like, oh my God, these old people are already talking about...
That's us now.
And that's us now. Yeah.
I'm the old guy now. I've been watching stuff. I was talking about, there's a scene in a movie called Old School, Will Ferrell. He's talking to his college students and he goes, yeah, I think tomorrow we're going to be going to Home Depot. Sounds like a good day. And now I'm like, that sounds like fun.
Going to Home Depot,
IKEA, walk around, maybe get a little ice cream, something. Yeah, nothing crazy. I'm like, and before you're like, ugh. And I'm like, sounds like a nice
That's
day.
what you do on your days off now, huh? Home Depot.
Yeah.
IKEA.
Keep it simple.
IKEA's fun though.
Target.
When you're older and you have more of an interest in like furniture.
Yeah, you take pictures of like, stuff. Oh, I'm gonna buy this soon. I'm gonna get this.
I take
pictures of what I want to buy.
I hate that it's like they kiss you all the way to the top. You have to get all the way to the bottom just to get out.
Yeah.
There's like no way to exit.
But they do that on purpose.
But there's times I gotta get out. And I think the restrooms are in the first floor too. So like, if you're having a JP accident, like you gotta run to the first floor.
This is what I've become on this program. I'm the poop man. I'm the doo-doo demon.
But yeah, every time I go there, I'm like, I don't like that. I can't get out. But when I get out, I gotta go all the way
down. And you go to the little section with all the smaller wares, and they're cheap, and you're like, ooh, I like this. Oh, I'm gonna take this. Ooh, I like this. They do it on purpose because they want to see you all the big stuff.
What'd you say? The smaller?
The small wares.
What does that mean?
The small, like the appliances, not appliances, like. The small wares, like...
Yeah, wares.
But you haven't explained it.
Maybe you say it louder. Small wares.
Well, all the kitchen stuff, like the knives and the
silverware?
That, but it's more of that. It's...
So silverware.
Small wares.
Small wares.
Okay. Like small thing, like an organizer for a kitchen drawer.
Kitchen drawer, organizer, bathroom
What don't
stuff.
you understand about small wares? Let me tell you what they are.
Bro, I've never heard of this
Cooking tools and supplies.
There you go. Cooking tools and supplies.
Okay, so like a baking, like a cake pan.
Yeah, called
for banana bread. I make a bomb banana bread.
Flatware, dinnerware, pots and pans, tabletop items, stuff like that.
It's a term we use at work when we're gonna go buy. Put a pause on it, but. What's the term we use at work when we're gonna go buy, the ladles for the sauces, the shakers, containers and all that? They call them small wares.
The shakers?
Yeah, the shakers.
How do you shake it again? You're
Shakers.
nasty, bro. The both of you son unos cochinos.
The salt and
Shakers.
pepper, the Cajun seasoning on the.
Where are you putting the Cajun seasoning? 'Cause you would like
Is that the peanut butter and jelly is there earlier?
with or without the crust?
Without the crust.
Absolutely.
Okay, we need to cut that.
No, it's staying in there. I like it.
But on the subject of being an adult and having different interests, I mean, you can probably get your kids into this too. Like one day, maybe you say, "Hey, we're gonna organize the kitchen," and they're probably gonna be like, "Oh, I didn't know you were stupid. Like, why would I do that?" But you might accidentally encourage them to have an interest in that, right? I know in our kitchen, porque mexicanos teníamos que ser, we have sheet pans and pan in the oven, and it
I
drives.
was about to ask.
Yes, of course.
Every Mexican has pans
And
and
the
stuff in
oven.
the oven.
And it
Yes.
really bothers me because
Imagine when you want to bake, you gotta take everything,
Everything
out,
out.
put it on a table, and then you gotta, do your baking stuff, and then
And if you forget,
And then
then all
you-
the pans are hot because you already turned it on. Is it right
no,
with you?
we've melted some plastic for sure. The plastic handles on one of our
Yeah.
griddles.
You forget. You're like,
you
oh, yeah,
forget.
hey,
Oh,
put it to
wait.
350. And you put it and you're like, I forgot to take this out.
Or you forget them outside, and then you have your mom telling you, "No has guardado los trastes."
And you're like, yeah, but you like the cookies I made, didn't you?
No, you see how that goes.
What is it about having so many pots and pans? Is it?
You know what? A lot of our mothers cook very frequently.
No, I know. But you can have one pot and pan for each thing. They have like the same freaking pots and pans, like 3 or 4 the same size.
They have repeat of the same size.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because you always have cajones, like all these drawers of pots and pans. You don't need that many pots and pans.
Yes. And my mom has them in boxes that she doesn't even use because she has other stuff that she has using.
There's so
in
many
the oven.
smallwares. I used the word.
Small
Yes, you did. You really used that word. You're a word user.
Put in seasoning.
And another thing that I don't
Cajun
like
seasoning.
is that like I'll make fun of my mom and I'll be like, "Oh,
Don't be making fun of your mom. She's
Ese
nice.
traste es de los 80s, no?"
Hey, those are the better ones.
Well, there's some good stuff from that they have from like when they got married.
No,
in
because the new stuff
1989.
has the what's it called? The damn it.
the nonstick material,
Yes, that is bad for you.
Teflon?
Teflon.
Teflon, which is bad for you, and everything has it now. So the old school ones are actually better.
Look this up. I think Teflon is safe below certain temperatures because then the non-stick coating doesn't come
and
off.
it also you're supposed to get rid of it. I think every 6 months because after that they're not good anymore.
Really, every
Yes.
6 months?
Yeah.
I'll have to look that up because we do have some Teflon non-stick stuff for huevos because I hate it when they stick. Oh my
Oh my
gosh,
God,
there's been
me
some times when they stick to
too.
the pan.
Your huevos be sticky?
I
my
hate
huevos
it.
have stuck to the pan. It hasn't happened in a while.
My huevos just stay loose. They don't get stuck to anything.
Then you have that good Teflon.
You have that good Teflon.
No Teflon. I use like the skillet, the old school ones.
The comal?
No,
What do
like
you mean?
there's an actual skillet made out of it. Like back in the days they had those skillets that look like these.
That's a cast iron pan.
These are like the
Well,
old
if they're
school
well
ones.
seasoned, then
Yeah,
they-
these old school ones are cast iron skillet. There you go, cast iron skillet. Sorry, that's what I
Another
use.
thing. Here's it.
Make it really hot,
Right.
but
The one thing I wanted to say before we close this as well is that like
we ain't closing.
when
yet.
I made fun of my mother earlier for having things from the 1980s, and some of the things are good. Our stove is from the 1950s. That's not an issue.
My stomach
Stove-
again.
Your stomach
We're talking about food. and I'm
sounds like the
"Ooh."
1950s.
Hey, the
I'm
old
getting hungry.
stoves are better in like ovens than the new ones. A lot of the new ones they be breaking
Right.
down because it's all this. They put all these new electronics on it and it messes them up. They break faster.
So I don't like the stuff that we have that's years old that is not as functional or that's like super heavy and just like it takes up so much space. Like we have these two glass pans that we don't really use much. I feel like we can
Glass
get away
pans?
with one. Yes, they're like for like if you were gonna make lasagna.
Mm.
Oh, okay,
Mexicans
yeah.
don't eat lasagna unless it's at Olive Garden.
Can.
Well, no, that's not
Ooh.
true. But we don't eat lasagna. We don't
can.
ever make lasagna.
But
Well,
you can make the
well, we made it once and it was actually
you can make
really good.
enchilada lasagna.
Oh yeah, enchiladas
Fire.
casserole.
Yeah, there you go. The
But
casserole.
I just feel like, especially given that the number of people that come to the studio every day and sleep at the studio every day,
Not that many.
there's not that many. And then some of us eat outside of the studio. And so there's just not that much of a need to have all this equipment. And also the refrigerator's really full. Sometimes, and forgive me, this might come off a little harsh, but I tell my parents, like, eso es trauma de cuando eran pobres.
I was just gonna
The
say
fact that
something
the
like
fridge
that.
is so stocked because they genuinely grew up in a time and in a place and in a context where there was always 2 items on the menu.
Arroz y
Beans.
frijoles.
No, take it or leave it.
Oh.
If you didn't want to eat, you'd be hungry then. But you're right, arroz y frijoles. Other than that, it was take it or
And
leave
that's
it.
the same reason why our mothers hoard so
Do
many.
they freeze everything? Do your parents freeze everything?
There's like a
Oh,
lot of frozen meat. We have frozen
stepmom does
tamales.
that. My stepmom does that. My mom doesn't do that, but my
suegra does.
stepmom does that.
There's like sauces and
So she-
beans and all these things frozen there. And I
Yeah,
don't know
she
what's in
freezes
when.
them, and then they like, I don't feel like making frijoles again. Let me just take them out of the freezer and then let them thaw out. and
Which
then-
isn't a terrible. It's not a terrible idea as long as you have, if you know what you have and you know how long you've had it.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Nothing's dated in there. There's just it's in there.
But that's the problem. It's not dated.
And another thing too with my stepmom, when I used to live with her, she used to put frijoles on the sour cream container.
Yeah, when you want sour cream, that container does not have
No,
sour cream.
it never has sour cream.
Yeah.
Everything but sour cream.
Salsa,
Yes.
frijoles,
Yes,
arroz,
something else.
anything but.
Birria. She
Ooh,
had
that sounds
gotten
fire.
frozen
Oh, that's good
birria.
stuff.
Or she will make a dish in December and then leave it frozen for a couple days and then thaw it out.
Mhm. And on the subject of those containers, this is what I wanted to say earlier. I don't like how many Tupperwares we have. And I don't like that they're plastic. I remember I told my mom we were at a yard sale and there was
Making
some.
me hungry.
I know. There were some Tuppers there, and I'm like, si vamos a acumular toppers, que sean de vidrio. If we're going to accumulate Tupperwares, I want them to be made of glass.
I think you're supposed to because the plastic ones you heat them up again in the microwave
and they
again.
get all nasty.
They get nasty. They
Not just that, but it's that plastic is getting stuck to your food.
mm-hmm.
And then also when you cook with chile guajillo, like
It
It
stains.
stains it.
Yes.
And
Yeah,
it
it does.
stays stained
All
for
red.
a long time. I'm hungry already.
I know. So I think if I had a little bit more disposable income,
Well,
I would
I'm not
literally
saying, buy the
behind
stuff
their
then.
backs.
Buy it.
Like right now, my mom is not at the studio. And so I would go into that John and I would get them and I'd put them in like a brown paper bag and I'd literally like leave them on the day that the trash comes to pick the stuff up. And then if someone wants free Tuppers, or you know what I would do? I'd be even more sneakier.
Donate
I'd get a cardboard box. Well, I could donate them. Yeah, I would donate them to somewhere. Or just like I'd get rid of them and then have new glass Tuppers. And then she'd find out the hard way. I wouldn't tell her. And then she'd be like, ¿Dónde están mis Tuppers? And I'm like, ya no están. Tenemos de vidrio.
Se fueron.
Se fueron. And she actually, I don't think I won't do that. I won't do it behind her back. Because I don't think she would actually stop me. Like if I feel like I'm parenting my mom. If I sat her down and I said, mira, me voy a deshacer de estos toppers mugrosos.
Taking
Cochinos.
away Tupperware from a Mexican mom's gonna be tough.
You know,
like if you don't return it to somebody,
I'm gonna vlog it, and we're gonna go crazy viral on lemon. What's it called? Lemonade.
lemonade or
Lemon 8.
Oh, lemonade.
and video of Mexican kid gets beaten up by his mom
No,
for
my
trying
mom
to take
doesn't.
away.
She doesn't put hands on me like that.
Well, you will this
She
time.
will, yeah, she does it. But for her freaking Tupperware, she might.
Tupperware, she might.
Because like we have 2 really big, I think maybe 3. They're like, they must be like 1 quart or gallon Tupperwares. They're really big. When do we ever make that much food?
Pozole.
So for 3 of them. No, but the
Pozole, when you
we
go
always
somebody's
store-
party or you give away a gallon here, take it home.
But that's a lot of pozole.
It's a big
In a
family.
gallon?
Yes.
You're going to take a gallon.
If you have a big family, yeah.
Aprovechados. There are people who need it more than you do.
I just gave you, like you asked, and I just told you an example of it. That's all I'm doing here. It's just the facts.
Eddie's like, why
It's
are you
just
yelling at me?
the
I'm
facts.
trying to help you educate yourself.
It's just the facts. Speaking of facts, have you guys ever heard of Uber facts on X?
No.
Ni madres, que es esa?
What is
what is
that?
that?
Okay. I want to have some fun with you today. So Uber facts, it's the most unimportant things you will never need to know. So they have this account on X and they put all these facts there. I think your stomach's really
Wait,
going wild.
I'm not gonna. Do you
Let
want
me
And albondigas when we're done. I'm not even playing.
Let me
with
see
you.
if there's
We
a
have
fact
albondigas.
about
No,
your
the thing is, I'm not
stomach.
even hungry. It's just growling.
Oh, okay. Well, if you want albondigas, we have some.
All right,
regardless.
so I'm gonna choose a
Are you
couple
gonna
of
give it
facts
to me in your big Tupperware?
in 1 gallon.
No, you bring your own Tupperware. I'm not giving you.
Hey,
I'm
you're
not giving you.
You're trying to get rid of it. Give her one.
Okay, I'll give
Selfish.
you one.
Shit, he's over here trying to get rid of it. I'm not gonna give you my Tupperware. It's not even yours. Your mom's. All right. So here, I'm gonna give you guys a couple of different Uber facts, and you guys, tell me
Blind
what you
react.
guys. Yes.
Even though I saw
Okay.
one of them.
Yes. So I'm gonna try this one out. You can hum while holding your nose closed.
You can't hum while holding your nose
Yes.
closed.
Hmm.
Try it.
Oh wait, yeah.
No, hum a song. Hum a song.
Oh, just I could blank
Are
on
you
a song.
thinking of a song? Or?
No, you can't. I can't
Okay.
Yeah, that's bullshit. You can't hum while holding your nose and closing your mouth
Okay. So then they forgot to put closed mouths, I guess.
because the air doesn't have anywhere to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I couldn't do it.
Okay. So that's one.
Oh my gosh, that was bullshit.
Do you
Fuck
guys-
Uber facts.
Do you guys have desks?
Do I have a desk?
Yes.
Yes, I have a
You
desk.
should.
Working at a messy desk can help you think more creatively.
That sounds like
You
some
know what? I
bullshit,
think
but
that's actually
whatever.
true.
I do too.
I think that's true because I used to have my desk very messy and I would get really creative.
A mí me da cosa. I don't like seeing my desk all disorganized.
You're messing up your creativity, by the way.
Bro, I would feel more creative if I didn't feel there's so much stuff in the studio. In my little mini
Same.
studio. There's So I want to get rid of the stuff.
Okay, this one I think is great. Talking to yourself in the third person can help reduce stress.
Can help me through stress.
Yeah, reduce it.
That would make me feel like a whore, an arrogant piece of
It's gonna
wank.
reduce
if I
your
said,
stress,
listen,
though.
Juan Pablo. I
Like
do
how-
talk to myself, but not in
Yeah.
the third person.
As a third person,
Ni que fuera Elmo.
be like, Eddie, as Eddie did this, he can do it. You know what I mean? I think it's actually
Narrate your life.
yes.
Never your life in your brain. I said, okay, Vicky, hold it together. Like when something's gonna happen, like, oh, Vicky, hold it together.
See?
Okay, Vicky, you need to do this. Come on, Vicky, focus. That I do say, but other than narrating
See?
my whole entire
No, but
life,
it's a third
no.
person. As a
It
third
helps you?
person,
Good for
it
you.
helps you see. So it does help.
It would make me feel negative emotions in my butt, in my body, in my heart, in my soul.
All right. This is awesome. Adopting an alter ego and thinking of yourself as a separate entity can boost confidence, determination, and reduce anxiety. This is known as the Batman effect.
That's fun, though. I like that a little more.
I agree.
Thinking that like I'm putting on a different hat. Like, oh, I'm doing an interview right now. Right now I'm a journalist. Right now I'm Juan Pablo, as opposed to JP when I'm, for example, here with my friends. Sometimes I do a little bit of that, to be fair.
I used to tell people when I used to ride the bus and the trolley, and guys used to approach me and be like, "Oh, what's your name?" I'd be like, Victoria,
Which is
because
true.
which is true, but at the same time, it's like I don't want you to. If we're not gonna know each other at that personal level, like Victoria, and just keep it like that. Or I used to say Samantha because I like to watch Sex in the City and I like Samantha's character, but I used to be like, "Oh, Samantha."
I have an alter ego. So when I play sports, I'm an asshole. I am different than when like most people get to meet me. So everybody calls me my nickname, which is E-Rock. And when I play sports, that's my alter ego. Like I go into a whole different like person. I am not nice to you. I am cocky and I am gonna be good and I'm gonna play hard and I don't care if I hurt your feelings. Guy or girl, if you're out playing against me, I'm gonna bring it. I don't care. And that's my alter ego. And there's been times in my life where I kind of want to bring that alter ego to myself. And I'm like, if I get too nervous or I'm shy or something, I think more of like, no, like bring that ego, like where's E-Rock? I even have it tattooed on me because I wanted that. Because I used to think like I was very shy and I wasn't like trying to do things that I wanted to do in life. So I actually got it tattooed on myself to kind of push me to be more of what I was when I play sports. Because when I play sports, I'm fearless. I don't care. So I wanted more of that in my life. And yeah, so that's when I saw this one. I'm like, oh, I guess it's kind of true. Before we do say goodbye, I would like to thank the LA Fire Department, the first responders.
LAFD.
Yeah, everything they're doing. The fire departments have come from other countries, other places to help out here. We appreciate you all. Thank you.
And we'll see you in the next one.
Adios.
Adios.
Peace.